Happy New Year in the future! My name is JC Quetta and welcome to the 4.3 Genshin Impact. So, funny fact story about this is gonna be happening. We are gonna bit something a little bit unusual with this one. So, we'll get to the rolling for later and including with the future. Plus, I'll show you with the time traveling, if you're currently seeing whatever day comes in your way. So please stay tuned for the this coming version very soon. So before anything started of the rolling for Navia, you can see we can get all of this stuff, but check this out. There is a collabing with somewhere in the country is the free item because they team it up with some sort with the museum, but I'm not sure where the location is, but it's something cool is gonna happen. They gave us a free ones like Bronze Curio, Ancient Golden Visage. It's kind of like a some sort a actually wait, I didn't realize this is gonna be perfect for the new Serenity pot. Yeah, because if you missed a lot of live streams, this will get it from the idea for the new Serenity pot. But like I said, we have to get to we'll get to the Serenity teapot area plot progress, but
If we've got nothing else to do, why don't I tell you a story?
it will give you a story for later, Mia, but you get the point. So okay, so I was gonna do something about really actiony theme for this some sort. So we already did standing here like from every spot location, and we aren't at the top of the fountain. But funny enough, I was gonna do a scene for the we're gonna jump over that direction into the water. But no, I was gonna do something like a drastic full way, but it's gonna be a good opportunity luck. But what could be better than with this one? And Yoimiya is gonna be part of in the future. But we'll see what on the let's say second wave under further notice. But we'll see what happens. But we're gonna use our Yoimiya as a bait, so we're gonna do in the actions and we're gonna do some fun stuff, and then we're gonna back to the reality of some sort. Well, we already prepared for this, but as usual, it's the 600 primos. Plus, it's Layla's birthday was on the 19th. Yes. This is the 19th of the December is Layla's birthday, but I didn't know about this one until now. But we got that one. 600 Primogens coming right out. Okay. Get ready for the jump of your life. So, we're gonna do a jumping through the... which way we're going? Is this one? Yes, this one. Yes. We're gonna jump through that thing. So, we're gonna like a running sprint. But this is kind of a new thing for me because if you see on 4.3 live stream reactions from the other on off stream, they like action on his glory, and then poof, the magic happens. Okay, we're gonna start in a running start, and we're gonna jump through it. Ready? Go! And jump! And teleport! Okay, that's good. So we have 16 almost K Primo Gems. It's like 15.8. We have 12. But let's talk about this one. Of course, Miss Splinter Forge Reforge is returning as usual. But I want to see this one is. I know it's a crit rate, but it's good with attack percent 20%. That's a good ability. If I want to use it on the a different character, but I suggest you should pick Arataki Ito for this one or Navia for that one. Because they're both Geos, this is a really good thing we have the more elemental stuff. Because they're all shards. They're like but Noel, I'm sorry that's not the right weapon for you because only the attackers knows the Navia and Ito are the heavy hitters, but it might be a good on it, but I don't know who's good at the other ones, but it could be something with other different characters in Geo, but this is the only Geo team we have, so well, good luck with that crystallized reactions, but I'm gonna go with some sort of Miss Splitter because kinda can crit damage sword, but I want to see this, but this is the unusual title is gonna say in the name of the of Rusula, because the speed of the Rusula is headquarters, but the Rusula is the protective name with a lot of stuff. But I need to complete the Candice one, but if Rosaria and Sucrose are joining, yeah, I think this is gonna be a good thing for that one, so additional, so let's start the 10 already, and let's get party started. Oh yeah, the first 10 of the day. We got the first Candice, C5. Sword, Slayers, Debate Club, Roll Steel, Sweet Beans. Oh wow, double Candice! That means it's fully max! Not bad at all for the first start. So we got all Candice. That's the end of it, right? Next, for 20. No, I don't think it's the 20. It's the number. A book. Yep, it's a book, alright. Let's go with a 30. No, I don't think it's a 30. Rosaria. 40? Oh, 40 does not... Rosaria too? Okay. They're bringing the Rosarias right now. Give me the 50, please. No, not a 50. A Sucrose. No, but that's not gonna make. 60 is the lucky number. Please? No. And a book. Okay. Here's the hardest part. If I get early 50-50, it's a win. If I lose, I don't know. We're gonna tough decision for this one. Let's hope it for the 70 be the best. Okay. 70 is gonna be good. 61. Wrong character! 62. 63. 64. 65. Get Candice. 67. 68. Yep. A wrong character indeed, but Mona, why again? But at least it's not bad at all. It's right now it's almost 70. It resets to 8 or something ish. Okay. We're not giving up to get this. 8 so far? Give it 18. No. Sword! Great sword. No. 28! 28? No! Again! It's Sucrose again! Okay, 38? 38! Come on! Really? Paponia's Warbow. Why? So it's 38. 48 for decree for this. No. Rosaria. 48 is the total number. Why would you give me this? But you know what to do. And I'm gonna drop down in the fall of the ground. Okay. Okay. So gotta go with that chair noise. 58. No, it's Rosaria. Alright, 68. Come on! What? What bonus for? Ah, play hard to get, huh, Navia? But, well, I guess to say goodbye to another one, it is a guaranteed 78. We win, we win. Got it? At least we have the last chance, so 78, we winners. Okay, we got Navia. Thank goodness. Oh my god. It's the least poll right now, but similar from I'll hate him. 60, 61. Another Candice. 63. 64, 60, or maybe, or, yeah. Okay, then we got Navia, yes. 76 or some sort? I did lose my count. Dang, I get 77, 78. That's it. Navia is obtainable now. Yes. After, like, Petty with the 62 rolls plus 78 is equivalent to 140. Similar for all Hatems, I said. Well, we got it. But I'm afraid I will not get this from early Petty, but we have enough that one, but I used up the leftovers for this one for the past few years, so this is the right timing for this, so at least we got everything we got to do with this one, so okay, that's a good landing right there, but apparently the jumping will not strike it down if you dive. That's not gonna work. Okay. So I know exactly what I'm gonna use, so, but we'll see what on the next one if going on the, or the Chevreuse is coming, so we'll switch things around in the future, and then we're going back to the few weeks later for this one, so you'll see what happens right now, so stay tuned for the Chevreuse banner, and then I'll be right back. Hey, you're playing with the fireworks, you and Mia. Yeah, about that. We're back. So this is gonna be interesting to start because I was expecting to go to time magic to go back and forth, but I think it's gonna be something good for this one. So today we for this one, there's this told a event is happening since that time of the year, but this is called Roses and Muskets. Roses and Muskets is a similar from the Guns N' Roses, but I'm not sure why it is such a good acting career skills and stuff, but this is the aftermath on the if you missed it on 4.2. I suggest to is spoil with no reason, but if you want to see that in the rest of two of them, I suggest 4.0, 4.1, and 4.2 is on the YouTube, and then go see what happens next. So I'm really excited to get this. Was the simulation device. Oh, that's so cute. Fontalia Moose and all other stuff. So we're gonna jump right in and then start the event story, but how long is gonna take? So maybe it takes like a while. And I did not go that way. I thought it was on the downside, but no, it's a higher side. My bad. Okay, so it says let's go to Square and Court of Fontaine, and here we are.
Seriously? But, Mr. Morris, I don't understand, sir. How can you only be telling me this now?
I'm afraid that there's nothing really I can do. I'm really facing a crisis. My hands are tied.
But what about my film?
Well, I'm afraid you have to come up with something on your own. Take it from me. Sometimes you just have to let things go. Same goes for this film festival.
Oh.
Hey!
Isn't it Xavier? So he's back in Fontaine now.
Yeah, the guy from we went to Inazuma a while back. Xavier? I thought it said Xavier.
Why, if it isn't the dear traveler and Paimon. I really didn't expect to bump into you here at this time.
It's been a while.
Well, I was doing just fine until I received some terrible news just now. The investor I was working with for my upcoming film has fallen upon some hard times and is no longer able to provide the promised amount of funds.
Can't you just find a different investor?
Unfortunately, that's not how it works. We had signed an agreement specific to the Fontanalia Film Festival, stipulating that I cannot work with any other investors until the festival is finished.
The Fontanalia Film Festival? What's that?
Oh, is this your first time participating in Fontaine's Fontanalia Film Festival? Then allow me to fill you in. The Fontanalia Festival was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights, who went on a quest to search for the Oceanids, and eventually welcomed the Hydro Arconageria. The holiday is deeply connected to the founding of Fontaine, as well as its unique laws and trials. It's one of the most important festivals for this nation.
But what's with that weird expression on your face? It's like you're trying really hard to remember something.
Nice.
I was just trying to recall the exact description from the books, in order to avoid any unnecessary arguments over semantics. I usually try to recite things straight from the source.
Well, either way, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's just like the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt, and the Lantern Rite in Lille.
Yes, those are festivals of a similar variety. Who doesn't like a good festival? And just like those of other nations, Fontaine will hold a plethora of events around this time each year. to commemorate the Loch Nights. People will imitate them by putting on special costumes, raising golden cups, and going door to door asking for pure water. But a few years ago, Lady Farina started to find the whole idea a little drab, and so decided to change the part about pure water to sweets.
Hmm.
Really doesn't surprise Paimon at all.
The whole thing seems more akin to a carnival now, and it's quite popular among the kids. Every year, you can hear a bunch of them saying, "Trial or treat."
Oh, that sounds pretty fun. But how does that connect back to the film festival you mentioned?
Ah, yes, it appears I've strayed off topic. I just got too excited after seeing you. Let me get back to the point. The Fontinalia Film Festival is an event proposed by the Fontaine Film Association this year. Now that film technology has matured as a medium, it's the perfect time to introduce more people to the art form. During this time, people may submit films to be evaluated, and the entry with the highest score will be given the Farina Award by the association.
The what award?
Farina
The
Award.
Farina Award. You know, after the Hydro Archon. They coined it while Lady Farina was still in power, but even though things have changed, no one has made any motion to update the name. Perhaps everyone still thinks of it as a pretty appropriate name. Even though she isn't the Hydro Archon any longer, Lady Farina is still Fontaine's superstar. Anyone with eyes can see the way she shines on the stage.
Alright. Guess the name does work pretty well when you put it that way.
Oh, but who would have guessed there'd be an issue with the funding? How will I ever explain this to Miss Chiori? Not to say all the other actors who traveled all the way here from Inazuma.
Did someone say Inazuma?
Sounds familiar. Where have we heard that name before?
I believe you mentioned it about Chiroria Boutique.
Yes, that's her. I asked her to oversee the event's art direction, including the design of the actors' costumes and appearances.
Oh, Paimon remembers now. Navia said that her clothes were designed by Chiori, and Kirara's outfit too.
Oh.
How to describe her? Well, she tends to be pretty direct and can be very forceful when it comes to dealing with people. The fashion world in Fontaine has dubbed her the Thundering Seamstress.
A thundering
Her remarkable
seamstress.
designs have led many Fontainians to become very interested in Inazuma. Anyway, Chiori is acquainted with all the actors I've invited from Inazuma. Without her help, I don't think I would have been able to get such an international cast for the film. She really is a kind soul.
Who are the actors from Inazuma? Do we know them?
Why don't the two of you accompany me to the Aquabus station to welcome them?
Sounds
Judging from the time, the
Okay.
Aquabus should be arriving shortly. Chiori will be waiting to meet me there as well.
We got Roxa Muskets break the silence. Looks like someone who needs to pick up the Aquabus. Oh wow, just getting started before the act? This is gonna be happening. You see, there are a lot of opportunities with the unlock with those. We have Thunder Pace Introduction Accumulate Sharpshooting Zone. It looks like a Jiren is gonna use the Lookout Shot attack. Trick Shot Tricky Lights is a different thing, but it is a kind of like similar from the 3.8 for this one. Extreme Drive is the I think it was some sort a new thing, but I'm not sure what this reveal yet. Into the Frame is gonna be a editing and scenarios on the what film's gonna acting next to predict, but arrival span out the less Arkham mute. Rescue that poor country employee. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. but we are going to get there at the aqua bus. Huh. Yeah. I wonder what's on the arriving at the aqua bus station. Which floor is this? Clement's online will be second floor.
This one's got your name on it.
Speaking of it, there's Navia. Or no, Chiori, I mentioned. My bad. Looks cool. I want to see what character is gonna use in the next update. Or
Miss Chiori?
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. The aqua bus hasn't even arrived yet. Oh? And who are they?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise, we've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
I like these two good options. But the Narbia's wardrobe comes together is really exceptional.
Why, thank you. I strove to create an outfit that matched her high social station as the demoiselle. So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Well, it's like this.
Ugh.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
And therein lies the problem.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After obtaining such an excellent script, it's only natural that I would want to make the most of the film. The budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of mora, so...
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it. But now's not the time to give up.
What? You're saying that you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm simply saying I wouldn't give up just yet. The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
Then who's the actors? Oh, it was
Really? Then where do you live?
Kamisato siblings and Yoimiya.
Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right? I mean, you have to swim all that way just to go home.
We are so thoughtful. But some Melusines choose to live in the court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
It's good to see the siblings of Ayatos and Ayakas.
Oh, you
What?
arrived? But I haven't even finished chatting with Abel yet. I also enjoyed Abel's introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you described was so clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on this aqua bus, So I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine.
Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
Ah, it's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Hey!
Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
Oh, I thought it was to get the lead role.
About that, I mean, how was I supposed to contact you when I was making preparations for the film? I figured you were probably busy, and I didn't want to disturb you. So I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here, but you still managed to surprise me first.
Yeah. Quite surprised indeed.
Oh, so you all know each other already. My, what a coincidence. What are the chances everyone could be brought together here like this? Why don't we go to Hotel de Boer and catch up over a meal? I've already made a reservation.
Huh? Did you reserve 2 spots for us too?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve a few more delicious dishes just to make sure there'll be enough food.
Very well. Then please, kindly lead the way, Mr. Xavier.
I like this Xavier's kind of good NPC turned into event. Because he was like, oh, I was getting so lost by Electro, but now...
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are. And there's the fountain that Aval mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight. And look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec. Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
I'd love to see their tour around. But, yeah, like I mentioned, the Kamisato siblings are here, and Yoimiya is joining them in Fontaine. What a surprise to see them! I haven't seen this on Ayato a while back in the that days up from the what's it called, the Zephyr Festival in 2.6, I imagine. And then Ayaka's usually comes here every single time with, but Yoimiya's did return it on the Somero trip a while back on the 3.4. I was right, yeah, but it's good to see those three jointed at once. So let's go to the Hotel de Boer second floor, because they're gonna encounter a Fontaine characters like they mentioned, like Ayaka met Chiori a while back because Chiori went to somewhere to Fontaine to be a fashion designer because of the Chiori boutique they mentioned.
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers too.
Ah, yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland. It took some time for me to get used to it.
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment, shall we? How have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr. Xavier?
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew, a lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here. The story is pretty good.
Originally, I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh? What is it?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed. If he has violated the contract, then can't you simply take him to court over the matter?
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court, I'm afraid it would take months before the case could even be heard.
Then, is there a way we could raise funds ourselves to solve the problem?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a large amount of mora on such short notice. Besides, we have to consider the film festival's submission deadline.
Mr. Xavier, if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve the problem you are currently facing?
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free? Oh, no, that won't do.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after receiving your invitation. Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders, and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we hoped this trip would serve as a good start for the future.
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
I understand, but having you two act for free just doesn't seem right.
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. It's my hope that the film can be finished and released as smoothly as possible. If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic circles.
Looks like
All right.
Xavier.
I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means selling my house, my camera, and every single family heirloom.
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
Hey, we can help too.
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
Oh, Yoimiya got your back.
You are too kind, all of you. I really don't know how to...
Ew. Alright, enough about that. Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, I think we will be able to make this happen. So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oh, but how can we help with that? We don't know much about making a film.
Alright, pull yourself together, Xavier. Tell us if there are still any open positions left among the crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and someone to manage logistics. I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and director's assistant will also need to be filled.
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support person do, but what's a clapper loader?
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the information of each shot when the camera operator begins shooting. The work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
A clapper board? Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start filming?
Yes. You exactly the right on your brain, Paimon.
Yes, that's right. Are you interested in that job?
For sure! Paimon's always wanted to try that!
Alright, then you'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics. What do you think, Xavier?
Oh, fine by me. As for our camera operator, I was thinking of letting the Traveler take the role.
What kind of role do
Oh,
you need?
he's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey.
Hey!
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
I'm sure that's due to the traveler's journey across Devat and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
Can't wait to see
What do
my
you say,
new
Traveler?
upgrade.
Are you interested in the job?
Well, since I got the new upgrade acquired, as long as they're able to help.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
We better get to work, sir.
So all that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
So who's director and assistant?
Oh, me. I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the director, right? I can handle that.
But where is the directorate?
Right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably also busy working on their own films these days. I'm not sure who will have time to help.
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She could be a good director, right? Besides, it's not like she has anything else to do right now.
Farina? Do you
Um,
really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
I think she'll
Isn't
be
that
okay.
the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in
Oh,
Fontaine.
right, about that.
That's her! She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking up work as a director.
Well,
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
fine. You're right, Shiori. I'll do anything for the sake of my film. Anything! Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Farina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure there are many places you would like to visit. Just leave this task to me. It's part of my duties as the producer.
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good news.
I'll go with you. By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by now, so having some familiar faces there should help your chances. Besides, the whole thing was our idea in the first place.
All right, then I'll start making preparations. As for the gift...
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydro Archon. I wonder what she would like.
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontanalia mousse?
What is Fatonilla Mousse?
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does like desserts, though.
Isn't the Fontanalia festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets. To do something like that, she must have a real sweet tooth.
I agree with Yoimiya. If the gift is too fancy, it might actually make her feel more uncomfortable.
Alright then, let's go buy some Fontanalia mousse.
All right, we're gonna get to see. Do you have anything to?
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of work, you know.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
Huh? You want something even sweeter than Fontanalia mousse?
Yes, We'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
Anything sweeter.
Your words of praise.
Our words are praise? Okay. Let's give it a try. Fontanella mousse. This is the event recipe that's similar from the way back on the chicken and some sort, but this is a mousse. But a fun fact about this one in the mousse is it's actually dessert is from the chocolate from the anytime that have says mousse on it, it says according to the the mousse for the guides of the foods is it's as simple as the make is what kind of recipe you can use, but oh man, that was so cool. Ayato is observing. Ayaka Yoimiya's friendly again to chat. Let's go ask Ayato first. Hey,
Looking forward to the good news.
I'm looking good for good news. And then those two ladies.
You go ahead. No need to worry about us. Oh, I hope Verena will like the gifts we prepared. Oh, and if you still think we should get something else for her, just let me know. I should be able to make some fireworks.
Okay, Yoimiya. We'll figure out your class system, your command, and that's what I was gonna say. Alright. Let's go to Lady Verena's. And then let's go to that thing. I think this is the Verena's place.
We're here! This is where Farina lives.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Coming. Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea?
Who are you?
Lady Farina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And who's this?
I'm Chiori.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Did you just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know.
Ahem, Paimon.
Huh? Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice.
Yeah! Lose your cool, Paimon!
Like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
Oh my god. That scene got me funny.
No. I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does sleeping in have to do with the weather?
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Farina. We hope you like it.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Oh, is this Fontanalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
Look at her eyes! It's the same thing from the event while back. Get now Paimon, now Farina. I wish I had a picture like this one, but you'll see what happened.
That's great! So, actually, there's something we need your help with. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer. Besides, I'm sure that your understanding of the performing arts far surpasses my own, Lady Farina.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and he's the camera operator.
Yeah, camera ripper.
Operator. That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it?
I can show you if you like to see my traveler progression camera operator buddy. Yeah, traveler camera operator buddy. Or known as the travel adventure camera, known as the TAKOB.
No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
Maybe you can come up with a test for the Traveler and see for yourself. If he can satisfy you with his camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team. What do you say?
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Oh, I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera. Alright, how about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards.
Sure, no problem.
Very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Alright, so we gotta start with this one. So, like, pretending that this is gonna use a draft scenario before anything on the film. It's always gonna use the start of the beginners of the draft scenario. It says, oh, there's a title and there's the what scene's gonna use. Let's say, for example, we're gonna start this is Estelle is the boss of Bimod's workshop, and he has always been proud of her forging machine, as it can not only precise control spread of temperature, but also takes no effort from the blacksmith. Let us see what for promotional video for her workshop. So, empathize with superiority in her forging machine. Okay, so we're gonna try a drop scenario and see what they're gonna do. What she gotta say. Let's see. So this is how you use it during on the event. So several film shots. So narration requirements, and then you can use this. All right. So we want to check is click the narration. Locating the Corpfield tape. Bowman's workshop is a weapons workshop that uses a forging machine. So we want to try which one is go first. So we need to see that this one. So this one is that one. Frame 2 is scene of forging of work. Is this one. Atmospheres work in some sort, but this one is correct. This one's correct too. Let's see. Works very accidentally. So she meant this one. Apartment says boxes. So you can see can they do this. You can check and see what's happened. There's one here. Last but not least, shows up at the workshop. And then this one is a marvelous job. Okay. So this is the correction. This one says locate in this. So we have to click select narration. Gonna go with this one. 3 is do this. The 4 is the box. and 5 is this. All right. So we got a camera and script of the rolling. So let's begin with the first one, and let's start the shooting. Let's see if the scenario works. Okay, making it perfect, exhausting, time-consuming work. My keyed edge. Let's see. Wait, if I make it wrong.
It appears that you have more skill than I thought. All the shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
So, what is the verdict?
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director, Farina?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of The Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know. In fact, I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my interest. If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then, well...
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need to do to convince you, Farina?
Well, what about the pay?
Huh?
You know, how much you're willing to pay me to be the director? The pay is also an important factor for me to consider, you know.
Well, I can offer you this much?
What? That's all? If Nervulat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
Oh, our script is an adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Yes.
Oh, so Farina's read it too.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
Oh.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides for my brand is well worth it.
Oh, she's talking to
Are
Kirara.
you a big fan of this story, Farina?
Well, it's alright. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have high standards, you know. Ahem, Mr. Xavier, if, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine's greatest star.
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see fit.
Absolutely, no problem.
Well, I guess we should... We're counting on you, Director Farina.
Alright. that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves. A great script calls for a great director. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
Much obliged, Farida.
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say set up lighting and props. And by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Who would that be?
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Lorand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her. Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the characters in the story.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I, don't have any connection with them at all. So, in the end, we still have to start by talking to Nervilette.
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevreuse.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a
Chevreuse.
few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other over time.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation? Your work is becoming more and more mysterious.
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain after all. I have no objections.
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time, I'll have to go and ask her first.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan later.
No problem.
Having Farina join feels like a big boost to our team.
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. You'll be so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out. I'll be sure to ask some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation now.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loader's commentary, Paimon.
I can't wait to see your film's premiere.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevreuse is today.
Where is she?
By the way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about our two lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
I already knew Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
Alright, let's go see the new girl. Chevreuse. Now, where is she going to Chevreuse is? Hey, future me here. I was supposed to do it right now as soon as possible, but fortunately, this is gonna be our Chevreuse's banner rolling for this one. So, before I start the end of this video on the this portion of the video, because if you see this on the future at the end, you'll see what happens. But I'm sure the past me will ask in something, where should I get the Chevreuse? But unfortunately, the event was over. But if you see, but you can still have story experiences. But who knows? But to now, it's time to get Chevreuse. So I ask a question. Where would you get the either a staff or the bow? So I'm gonna pick the bow. I mean not the bow, the staff, aka that one. And I'm gonna roll with her this time because we've seen a lot of things about Raiden Shoguns from video, but I didn't see it. But hopefully we will get Chevreuse early, right before this one. Who knows? But if it's not, better luck next time. We'll figure out something else. So good luck out there. Let's get Chevreuse. All right, Chevreuse, come to me. 1. A Bennett. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just a Bennett. Okay, Chevreuse, we need you. 20. Okay, give me a Chevreuse, please. That's Kujosara. No. Please, we have a... Oh, Russ. I never seen Russ before a while back. Well, that's, we got another one. Let's make it 30. Give me Chevreuse, I will get you? Another Kujosara? Are you serious? So how many I needed? Not Chevreuse? Hello? Another Kujosara one. Oh. Might be another one. 40? Please? No, I need Chevreuse? Come on, Chevreuse might be good. 31, 32, 33. Thank you! 34, 35. Another Bennett? Okay, I'll take that as an opportunity sign. 38, 39, 40. That's it! We got Chevreuse, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the next update. Will be oh, did I meant to do that? Oopsies. But we got her. And a little spare, but unfortunately I'm gonna stop grinding in the future because I'm just gonna have a bit a trip to go, but yeah. I guess 40 is not currently, but if I get guaranteed with this one, if I say so, but But yeah, this is the one we have for today. So Chevreuse is welcome to the team. It's similar for Shangling's, but it's the kind of cool thing to do. First things first, we got a constellation for Sarah. Yes, constellation 4. That means only 2 more to go, but not bad. But this one, I might have to grab her as soon as possible. The next one, this is the one I only have for today, but it looks like cool. Despite everything goes that one, but if I get this one, I'd be so lucky. Now, I'm just gonna go with Rightful Reward. And, we're gonna grab a lot of things to do in the artifacts, and then we're going away. But, as you know, because we're gonna getting close to that location very soon, but we got her, and then let's send it to the past me back to the regular programming, shall we?
I recently saw her during on when they talking something.
All right, this is the place.
But where's the captain? There's hardly anyone around here.
She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Oh, her! Paimon could tell there was something different about her. She seems kinda intimidating.
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
Working? But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Just trust me.
Oh, alright, let's see what happens then. Shiori sure is a mysterious person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more so in the competitive world of fashion. Even a local like me just trying to make a film has to face all kinds of challenges. So I can only imagine what Shiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end. Halt!
Huh? What's going on?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know?
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Chevreuse, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with this.
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
Ooh.
What's going on here? One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vache has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synths still circulating on the market. Thanks to a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Xavier.
Hey, I'm Chevreuse. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating it.
Why did you just arrest them immediately?
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevreuse. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Chevreuse's line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
But you knew they wouldn't make the right choice.
So she was the
I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once. Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Oh, you see, it's like this.
just like Xavier does. Or Xavier.
The Two Musketeers. You certainly have a good eye for a story. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and understanding of firearms to be as realistic as possible. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time, since you'll have to be present whenever we're filming. Also, as for the pay...
No need to say any more. I'll join.
What the?
Just like that.
So Chiori is the mysterious like that.
Really? You're willing to help us with our humble film project?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment. Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh my! I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Farina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and lighting technician to get everything ready. We start filming tomorrow!
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish. Still, I should also head back now and start preparing the actors' costumes and makeup.
Alright, guess that's it for today then.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment. I have something to tell you.
You go ahead,
Then I'll
Chiori.
take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing our producer out of the fountain.
I'll see you tomorrow, Chiori.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
So let's go talk to Chevreuse and tell us what is this talk is about.
So what did you want to tell us, Chevreuse?
Have you read The Two Musketeers?
I think I heard about it somewhere with Yoimiya's about the guides of the Aquabus.
The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them. However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice. The two siblings decided to flee and someday avenge their mother. Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies, being the flower that the kid's mother liked best. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the baron. Their actions let the truth behind their mother's death be known to all.
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Yep, the baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail. It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to join our crew, Chevreuse?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh, you mean there were other reasons too?
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis, you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions.
So, there's a case that you need our help with?
Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before. There's been a recent murder case involving muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Oh?
Huh. Really? But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's papers.
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released any information to the public because the investigation is currently at a standstill. The murderer is extremely cautious.
A murder involving firearms? But not that many people use those in Fontaine, right?
Could be someone from your platoon?
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. Besides, I trust the members of my platoon. However... Well, that's all I can disclose about the case today.
Huh? What do you mean?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the investigation with me. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail.
Can someone from Special Patrol help you investigate?
Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. You could say I'm taking part in the investigation out of personal interest. I don't want people to see muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the crimes and the story.
You mean they might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request, nothing more. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
What do you think, Traveler?
Let's give it some thought tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little tired too. We've really been hustling all day.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's good to keep a calm mind, especially when you're about to make an important decision. Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
Act 1 is complete. So there you have it. But
The next update will be it's somewhat familiar territory from the past years. You know what to do, but yeah. So this is for the crazy ride of 4.3 on Genshin Impact. Well, next time we'll get 4.4. Will I ever get some lucky again? So, I hope you enjoy for the sight of the lights, camera, and action. Yeah, so remember, have yourself a good holiday and a new year. I'll see you guys 4.4 to whatever the costume in their way. So for that, on that note, I'll see you guys then. Have a joy and a safe 2024.